I got some great news for you guys today because I have my Rollie in the building with me today, Mr. Damon Marshall.
Good morning. Good morning.
Listen, guys, y'all know I can't start without my story for the week. This past week have been absolutely hectic and crazy for us. And Damon and I just came back from Tampa, Florida, where we love to be. And as soon as we get back, of course, it is super chaotic in the real estate industry, right? So let me tell you this quick story, and then we're going to jump right into what we need to get into today because Damon's going to be talking about some important things today, guys. But first, y'all know the seminar is coming up next Saturday. The seminar is next Saturday. Guys, you guys are showing so much love with this registration. We are like super duper humbled. And I don't even know if you guys know that my husband is going to be speaking at that seminar as well. I had to beg, borrow, and plead to get him to speak. So y'all better come out and hear my husband speak at this daggone seminar, okay? I won't take it in vain, all the stuff that I had to do to get him there.
Oh, my goodness.
But listen, go register for the seminar. www.theangelbrowneffect.com. The courses are available now, y'all. Remember those courses I was telling you guys about? They are available. If you want to learn how to find it, how to fund it, how to fix it, and how to flip it, you need this course. You need this course, and it's not gonna break your pockets. I'm not one of these ones that's gonna charge you $40,000, which is 2 houses that you could have bought for these daggone seminars. No, we want to get you to the finish line, y'all. So go to that website. It's www.theangelbrowneffect.com. If you want to call in today to talk to my husband, it's 443-380-2803. Listen live at www.praisebaltimore.com, or you can download that app at Praise 106.1. I am a professional now, Damon.
Oh, yes. Beautiful thing.
So, Damon's like, yeah, keep it moving.
It's a beautiful thing.
So look, y'all, let me tell you this quick story. So, you know, Damon and I have a lot of rental property in Baltimore City, and there's a lot of rules and regulations that have changed for this year. So you guys want to make sure that you are getting all your permits pulled, that you are actually getting BGE now has something where you have to go through new business if you haven't had gas for a year in the house. So if you're just buying a property and you don't know how long it's been vacant, you won't know that BGE will make you go through what's called new business, the new business department, to actually get the gas on. Well, here's what the problem was for me. We purchased this property, we called BGE to get the gas on, and lo and behold, we can't get the gas on. But it really wasn't because it was off for a year, it was because it was theft. So one of the neighbors was stealing BGE from the property that we purchased. And now BGE actually investigates like the new person who's buying it, which I think is ludicrous. I mean, we didn't own that property. We're showing you we didn't own that property. So I want to give you guys a few tips with this because I'm going through it right now. So one, before you actually purchase the property, call BGE. Call BGE before you go to settlement and find out, one, if there was any theft on any type of bills previously to you buying it, and two, if the gas had been on for at least a year, because you're not going to be able to get this BGE, this gas, if it has not been. And it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for you to be able to get gas. You know how much money you're going to lose? You're going to lose a lot of money by not doing this preliminary work, okay? So I want you guys to make sure if you need I actually created like a sheet, a checklist. If you need this checklist, go to my website. It's www.theangelbrowneffect.com, and I will be surely glad. No, correct that, because you're the corrector with the words.
You will be glad.
No.
Surely glad.
Surely glad.
That's fine.
That's cool.
That works?
Yes.
Okay, because Tony likes to correct me, so now I'm just going to incorporate it in the show.
Right.
You'll be glad you did it, Baltimore. All right, y'all. So go to that website again. It's www.theangelbrowneffect.com. Thank you for everybody who's listening on Facebook Live and watching the YouTube channels. I'm a social media butterfly now, y'all.
Oh, wow.
Social media. Damon said, oh, wow. Jason has hooked me up so you guys can see my tweets on Twitter. I don't know if I'm tweeting yet. It's the AB Effect. And then also Facebook Live. You know I like my fan family page. Y'all gotta like it. A lot of y'all been liking it though. I love it. So y'all been liking that fan family page. It's the Angel Brown Effect. And then also on Instagram is at the Angel Brown Effect. Damon, you got any social medias that you want to promote?
I'm not a social butterfly.
That's right. The truth.
but I did want to add a point about the BGE.
Yes.
For people who currently live in homes or own homes with BGE, if you see a huge spike in your BGE bill, like going from say 300 to 1,000.
That's happened to us.
Or if you go, in the back where your BGE is actually hooked up and you see some weird or funky cables running from another building or another house, those are some of the signs that someone may possibly be stealing or share or borrowing your BGE.
That's happened to us too.
That's happened to us before as well.
So that's a good point, Damon, because sometimes we don't look on the poll.
Yeah.
And once we went back on the poll, you could actually see how it was actually like
running from the neighbor's house.
From the neighbor's house. So the neighbor, we was paying for the neighbor and ours.
Right.
Which is kind of crazy. But anyway, guys, so today we want to talk about mental health because guess what? It is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So who else would I bring on this show but my husband when it comes to mental health and substance abuse? So Damon's going to talk about that.
I thought she was going to say the mental person. Who else to bring on this show but the mental guy?
What? Like you got a mental problem?
Yeah.
No, I got the mental problem. We all know that. If you guys want to call in again, it's 443-380-2803. All right, Damon. So mental health awareness. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, well, like you stated, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. It's something that's been recognized in the United States since about 1949.
Wow.
Yes, currently, but it doesn't get, a lot of praise or a lot of pub for mental health. Approximately around 450 million people are living with mental health illness in the United States.
450 million?
Around 450 million, possibly higher. But only about 1/3 are actually seeking treatment. So we have at least 2/3 of that population who haven't even got any treatment for their mental health.
That's crazy.
Yes. So Mental Health Awareness Month is there to bring, awareness, support to those people and those people who are suffering with mental illness. And it's also here to reduce the stigma that comes with mental health.
There is a stigma.
Yes, there's a stigma. Of course, especially in the Black community and all other communities, there's a stigma with mental health. No one wants to seek treatment.
Right.
So that's why the numbers are so low. Oftentimes people don't go to the doctors or their therapists or psychiatrists to actually get diagnosed.
Because you don't want to be known as crazy.
Yes.
Right.
That word right there. That's actually one of the words that we try to take out of the health profession, the medical profession, the word crazy. So that's one of the reasons, because no one wants that on their record.
Right.
So because of that, a lot of times it goes undetected, it goes untreated. But Mental Health Awareness Month is here to shine some light on it, give those people some support. Hopefully we can get some people out to go see their psychiatrist. Hopefully we can get some people to go who already been diagnosed to go start taking their medications, all those type of things. So that's what Mental Health Awareness Month is about.
So what can people do, because some people, the same way that you have like substance abuse people who are dealing with substance abuse issues, and some people are functional and some people aren't, it's the same thing with mental health. So what can people do, or what signs can they look for
Well,
if they feel like they're having like a mental health issue?
Well, some of the signs of mental health, the difference between a normal person and someone who has a mental health disability is that the symptoms last longer, or they occur more often.
Okay.
Because let's face it, everyone feels sad. You know, everyone has periods of depression, you know, depending on what happens throughout your day.
I was saying yesterday.
Yes, but the difference between a normal person and someone with mental illness is that their symptoms and their signs last longer. Or
Okay.
they occur more often.
Okay.
So they're not able to bounce back the next day,
Right.
you know, and wake up and say, okay, I'm going to challenge the world today. I'm
Right.
going to leave tomorrow behind. Many times they carry that sadness, that depression with them for periods of time. It could be days, it could be weeks. Sometimes it could even be months. So that's the difference. But they're a lot of signs you could look for. Like I said, one is sadness. One is isolation. You know, if someone doesn't come around a lot,
Right.
stays in their room often, things like that. Loss of appetite. Anger. Not just general anger, but like excessive anger, maybe in a manic phase.
Yeah.
Unapproachable. People who, you know, you ever had people you try to talk to and they kind of snappy all the time for no reason
Yes.
whatsoever.
I know a lot of people
So-
like that.
Right. So some of those are the signs and symptoms of mental health. Also, suicidal thinking. You know, if someone says, you know, I think I want to kill myself, or I don't want to be here, you know, some of those subtle lines,
Yeah.
they ought to be taken seriously at times, because a normal person doesn't actually speak like that.
Right.
No, you know, too often.
Right.
So those are some of the signs and symptoms of someone who has some type of mental illness, or maybe on the verge of having some mental illness. But that comes from many of the causes. Many of the causes of mental illness is, you know, sometimes drug and alcohol. That's one of the biggest causes of mental illness. Because what people don't know, when you use or abuse drugs or alcohol, it actually changes your chemical makeup, your chemical brain makeup.
Okay.
Some of your cells actually change. So you're
Right.
definitely a different person. Another cause is inheritance. Actually, mental health can be inherited from your parents. From
Really?
blood relative. Yes. It's a high
Yikes.
likelihood, if you have a parent or a blood relative who has a mental illness, that you have a high chance of also having mental illness as well.
Is that the first generation or second
Well, I don't-
generation? I might have a couple. I gotta check the family history.
I don't know. Also, like I said, you know, during pregnancy,
Yeah.
using drugs, alcohol, those toxins actually could create mental illness within the womb of the baby. So those are the things that, you know, can cause mental illness amongst people.
So how can people reach out to you if they're feeling any, you know, feeling that they need like mental health
Well,
help?
Yes.
Or substance abuse help?
Well, of course, because actually I have a mental health and a substance abuse program, New Wave Health Services, located on 106 Old Court Road, Suite 303, actually Pikesville, Maryland. You can reach out 443-501-9317. I can 443-501-9317. That's New Wave Health Services, NUWAVE Health Services. So we have the full line of drug and alcohol treatment as well as mental health, because those two go hand in hand. Actually, there was a period in time where if someone actually had mental health issues as well as drug issues, they wouldn't treat them for the mental health until they stopped using drugs.
Okay. Because they
So,
didn't know which one came first.
Which one came first, and that's still the medical decision. Now they don't know which one came first, so it's best to treat both at the same time,
Okay.
which is called dual diagnosis treatment.
Okay. So, Damon, New Wave Health Services, I know that you offer housing.
Yes.
And most people who are dealing with the two issues, well, it's a new face to it
Yes.
now,
Yes.
too. Because I think that some people think that you have to be homeless or you literally have to look like you have that illness. And we know that not to be true.
Right.
So, what do you have available for folks who may be homeless or folks who's not homeless? Like, what do you have available in the program? What type of programs, guidelines do you have? Yeah.
So with New Wave Health Services, like my wife stated, we actually provide housing. And the reason why we provide the housing is because, in my opinion, stability is the first key to any recovery, right? Whether it's mental health, whether it's substance abuse. If you don't have a stable living environment or somewhere to go to actually decompress and actually absorb the therapy or the treatment that you had, all that good therapy goes out the window. So what we do, because we have, the large portfolio, real estate portfolio that we have, we're able to allow people to have good, adequate housing. And I'm not talking about housing where you have 15, 20 people in a house. Our maximum capacity at any of our houses is either 5. They're all our houses actually owned by us. So we have a different level of care because they are our properties. So we kind of implement those into the program. We actually treat the client as if they are a tenant. So you sign tenant agreements.
Yes.
It's actually like it's your own home. So the idea or the ideology behind that is to retrain your brain to being self-sufficient, to being reliable,
right,
to being responsible. So that's the model that we use at New Wave Health Services, and it's been pretty successful. I have a very successful program that's growing by the minute. Actually, we're actually moving into a new building.
Yeah.
In the next 2 weeks. Because
Go, Dana!
Yeah, because we're growing. So we'll be actually located on 4419 Falls Road. I'm moving actually in the city, so closer to the city. So, I can reach out and help more people, from my community. So that's the direction we're headed.
And you know what I love? First of all, my husband and I are now working together. Don't you love that, David?
Oh, yeah, that's...
David,
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, but it actually works well. We kind of piggyback off each other. So it's a good thing.
It is, because why? For a long time, Damon and I have been together for a very long time. So it's like, he was doing what he was doing and I was doing what I was doing. But, still together, but not really together like we're doing it now. And now what I've noticed is we are flourishing because we are doing it together in a partnership. As far as, his strengths is my weaknesses and my weaknesses is his strengths. That's how it works. I'm a talker. Y'all already know I like to talk. Damon, not so
I don't
much.
like to talk. Right. So I'm okay with her talking.
So when we need to go talk somewhere, Damon's like, you go ahead and do it. You like it. So it works well. And so the power of working together, guys, as married couples, or even if you're not married couples and you're just together and you want to build on and try to build an empire together, right. It's the best thing ever, and yes, sometimes, you work together, you eat lunch together, you carpool together, go home together, you be like, I'm gonna drive my own car tomorrow. But it works. But right. It works, and I love it. I love it.
That's actually key in any business relationship. You rarely want to go into business with someone who you want them to mirror your ideas, but you also want them to have some contrasting views, because other than that, every decision you make or every decision you come up with will always be the decision, right. And you're not always right all the time. So that works out well.
So guys, go to my website, www.theangelbrowneffect.com. You can register for that seminar on May 11th. It's going to be noon at the Delta Hunt Valley. Also, you can go to Damon's website. It's www.newwavehealthservices.com. Tony loves that picture that's up there of Damon. He loves it. He said West Baltimore finest.
West Baltimore.
That's right.
Yeah.
Love that. So if you guys know anybody that may need housing or mental health services or substance abuse services,
yes.
Please reach out to Damon. It's 443-501-9317, and he'll answer. He actually answers the phone. You know what I mean? It goes directly to him, and you don't see that a lot when it comes to, the CEO answering, because that's right. He the CEO.
You have to put your imprint on your company. If you wanted to run the way you want to run,
you got to nurture it.
That's right.
You got to nurture it. And he nurturing his baby right now.
Yes.
Not me, the business. Anyway. Anyway, Damon, so a lot of people actually, whenever you're on the show, people love when you're on the show because, because he said, "Oh yeah," the new face of CEO has changed.
Yes,
you know, people not in suits and all jacked up, and it's okay if you are.
Yes.
By the way, it's okay.
We're not against that.
We're not against that, but the new face has changed, so you don't see a lot of people like yourself,
right?
You know, because Damon, the same way he dressed today is same way he dressed in the office.
Right.
Now, if he need to get snazzy, he will. But, you know, pretty much he stayed true to himself. So what do you say to, like, those young people out there, those millennials out there who now, you know, look up to people like you, like, wait,
right,
I could do this too.
So what I say to them is actually always be true to yourself. That's number one. Because it's a hard job keeping up with fake. That's hard
true.
Job. That's 24-hour day job.
Listen,
if you're living, a fake life, or you're portraying something that you're not, that's a hard job. And that the energy that it takes to keep up with that could be energy used to actually build your brand and build your business. Secondly, I would like to say, in business, it's not about your dress or anything. It's about your brain. It's about your ideas. Many times, the faces of new businesses actually look like me. Yeah. So that's what I always want to portray to my community and any other community. I am from the community, so I'm going to look like you. I want to change what the face of success looks like. Yes. That gives other people who come from where I come from hope. Because like I said, I seen a quote on what was it, Beyonce the other day. But I actually looked up the quote where they said, "You can't be what you can't see." Right?
Can't be what you can't see. Write that down, Tony.
I was watching her little homecoming thing, and that was one of the quotes that was placed up on it, and it kind of touched me because that's the way I've been living before I actually seen that quote, right? So you can't be what you can't see. So if you don't see success and it doesn't mirror you, or the image isn't something of you, you can't see yourself in that position. Right. Oftentimes, with television and media and all these other things, they kind of put an image out there of what success looks like.
That's very true.
But it never looks like us.
That's true.
It never looks like me, right? Yeah. So I can't look at that image and say, you know what, that's what I can be that. Right. So oftentimes I try to, be one with the community. I try to dress and talk as if I always dress and talk. Yes. So I don't change up anything. But other than that, you got to be who you are to be successful.
Guys, thank you for listening on Facebook Live and watching on YouTube. And we got to give that number because I think Linda... Somebody's asking for the number. It's 443-501-9317. Y'all can hit Damon up because people got referrals for you. And actually he can meet with you. The people who have referrals, Damon can meet with you also. Just to kind of go over some things. He loved doing partnerships with people.
Exactly. That's another thing. We have to partner up all the communities and all the businesses. If we don't partner up, we don't grow as a group. Right. It's too many isolated businesses. People who don't want to do business with each other, people who
mainly in our community.
Yes, mainly in our community, but that kind of hurts the people we supposed to be servicing.
It does.
So
it does.
For all you other businesses out there who would like to link up and who would like to partnership with some mental health or some substance abuse, New Wave Health Services, we're open to that as well.
And even if you have a PRP yourself.
Yes.
If you have a PRP yourself or a substance abuse business yourself, we still can partner together.
We still can.
Let's take over.
Let's take over.
Let's take over.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people think that because you're in the same business that you can't partner with one another.
Right, that's a misconception.
It really is.
Definitely a misconception.
So will you be able to speak more about this when we go on tour?
Sure. Yeah, of course. I'm here to. That's my calling now.
Yes.
My time is.
Y'all heard it, Baltimore.
It's time to give back. Well, I've always given back, but on a different level. Education is key. Yes. Most people don't have the knowledge, so like you and I, we share knowledge.
We do,
which is very rare.
It is
in any business, real estate, mental health, substance abuse. That's the problem. Nobody wants to share.
Oh, somebody thought that you were saying that I ain't have knowledge.
No,
correct.
No, I didn't have.
He ain't say that. Y'all don't be trying to start nothing after the radio. Stop it. Give your number out again. Give your information out.
New Wave Health Services, 443-501-9317. www.newwavehealthservices.com.
And also, you have an email address, newwavehealthservices@gmail.com.
Yes.
I'm actually his personal secretary, unofficial. So,
Right.
I wear many hats.
Many hats. But we got to do this together, guys.
We
because
do.
It's definitely our community. Like I said, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And mental health affects the black community at a very high rate.
It does.
Even with all the trauma. Those are causes of mental health. Trauma, substance abuse, poverty, homelessness.
Yeah.
Incarceration. Mm-hmm. And what community is at the highest of all those things I just listed?
Us.
The black community. And we also are the ones who aren't treated.
That's true.
Because we don't either go to psychologists, we don't go to doctors, we don't have the insurance to go to doctors.
Yes.
And also, which is kind of strange after I did some research on this, actually there's only a 2% of African Americans who are actually psychologists or psychiatrists. So we're not represented in the
we
field,
need more. Mm-hmm.
right? So they don't understand, what we our needs of the black community because we aren't represented.
Wow.
So for all you young people in college, that's a good degree to get. You can be a psychiatrist.
Make a lot of money.
Yeah, make a lot of money and help the community.
Damon Marshall, thank you for joining me today.
No problem.
I want you to come back on. Please, 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 guys, go to the website, www.theangelbrowneffect.com. Pat yourself on the back, Baltimore. I love you, Damon.
Love you too.
The Angel Brown Effect. The Angel Brown Effect. Let's go.
Ladies, it's time for us to power up with Angel.
The Angel Brown Effect.
Angel,
Angel Brown Effect.
Angel.
Angel Brown Effect.
Hey, it's your girl, Marette Brown Clark, and I want to thank my Sound of Praise family for supporting our very first gospel skate. We had over 100 people to show up and skate. Special shout out to Bishop Earl Wortham, who came and skated along with me. Go ahead. You already know that skating is good family fun, and I want you to join me on our next gospel skate, which is May 5th. And it's my birthday. Yay! So I definitely want you there. Call Hot Skates for your birthday parties, graduation parties, or any special events. If you can't skate, no worries. For lessons, mention my name, Morette, and save $20. Get your lessons at a discounted rate of $69. That's normally $89. Youth ministers call and register to be the Church of the Week. The Church of the Week gets 50 passes for free admission. Bishops, pastors, elders, and church administrators, Hot Skates is available for fundraisers. Again, to register your church for the Church of the Week, use Hot Skates as a fundraiser or get the discounted skating lessons. Call 410-265-7525. That's 410-265-7525. I'll see you May 5th.
At Simple Mobile, you get the no contract.